The big Sunday day of races happened yesterday, Sunday, and it's a pretty big day. Uh, Starting off with the F1 race in Monaco Grand Prix. It's dominated by Daniel Ricciardo. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But he pretty much dominated the race. He had power issues early on with his car, but he was able to overcome that. He wasn't able to use a few gears, but he was able to overcome that and win the race, which was big for him. I think it's the second race win of the year, but big win for him, obviously. It's a big race for Formula One. There were a few drivers after the race calling for a different format because they did not particularly like the format that it was in. But obviously Daniel Ricciardo very, very much liked this format and how it was run because he won it. But congratulations to him and the Red Bull team. Big day for them. Big race win. The next big race of the day was the Indianapolis 500, the biggest race for IndyCar Series. Verizon. I don't know what it's called anymore. Anyways, IndyCar Series, big race for them. Ed Carpenter, he led the most laps. He had a very fast car. Led 65 of the 200 laps. Second most laps led were by Will Power, who led 59 laps. He ended up winning the race. But it was an interesting end of the race. About 10 laps to go, I think. There was a caution. And there were a few guys who had stayed out, played field strategy, were trying to make it. Three guys were in front of Power on the final restart. Power got a big run, got up to third. He was behind the other two guys. He was about to make a pass for second, but the top two pitted because I guess they felt like they were running out of fuel or something. So they pitted. Will Power just ran away with it. But that's the big story. The second biggest story is the end of Danica Patrick's career. I mean, she finished it as she did, crashing. Just going to be honest. Come on. I mean, I respect her and stuff, and think she's a great, influential role model, and that she's been a big face for the sport of NASCAR and IndyCar, that she's been very popular, but she's not had a super successful career, let's be honest. But congratulations to Will Power, that team, big win. He finally won the Indy 500. He's won a championship, I think. He's won a bunch of races, but he's never won the Indy 500, so congratulations to him. Big day for him. Next race, Coca Cola 600. It's not the biggest NASCAR race, but it's the only 600-mile race. It's in NASCAR's backyard, basically. But I don't really need to talk about it much. This guy, Kyle Busch, he led 377 of the 400 laps, won Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, and won the race. So you can't really talk about much other than that. I mean, you can go through the guys who wrecked, I guess. Kevin Harvick, that's a story. He's been dominating this year. He wrecked at the end, or at the beginning he wrecked. He cut a tire, wrecked. He had to start at the back. He got up to 6th, and then he crashed. William Byron wrecked because he got super loose, hit the outside wall. J.J. Haley, he just did bad. Matt DiBenedetto had engine problems. Ryan Blaney was having issues. He said he thought he had his cylinder down. Next thing you know, his car blew up. Like, literally, go look it up. His car literally caught on fire and looked like it had blown up. Ryan Newman, he had mechanical issues. Austin Dillon, he crashed early. Defending winner of the race, obviously didn't defend it. BJ McBleod, he just did bad. Timmy Hill, I love you, but he had a 32nd place finish. Greg Galding, he did okay. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Chris Buescher had a bad night. Landon Castle, Parker Kligerman, Corey LaJoy, David Reagan, Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain qualified 25th. I was impressed with that. He finished 24th. Not bad for him and the team that he's racing for. AJ Allmendinger, Joey Logano started second, led 12 laps, but he finished 22nd. He started second, finished 22nd, if I didn't say that. Ty Dillon, Casey Kane, Eric Jones, Michael McDowell, Matt Kenseth, Darrell Walsh Jr., Daniel Suarez, Paul Menard, Eric Almirola, Clint Boyler, Chase Elliott, Ricky getting to the top 10. 10th was Ricky Stenhouse. 9th was Alex Bowman. 8th was Kurt Busch. 7th, Kyle Larson. He spun out. He just got super loose and lost it when he was trying to go high. Lost the car. 6th, Jamie McMurray. He had a really good night. He had a really good car. Jimmy Johnson got a top 5. Brad Keselowski 4th. Denny Hamlin 3rd. Martin Truex Jr. 2nd. Kyle Busch 1. That's all I got for today. Not much else to say other than Daniel Ricciardo dominated, Kyle Busch dominated, Will Power kind of dominated, but big weekend for racing. And I watched all 3. It was pretty good races. So, yeah, that's what I got for today. I'll be back tomorrow with something else.